Okay, so I finished decorating and now I just want to go through each individual area and kind of go over the reasoning for the way that I staged things. So starting in this little corner here, so last year I had just had that little Happy Harvest pumpkin on the floor. Well, now that I have the taller shelves on the other side, because I didn't have anything really over there last year, it just seemed to go like down in stairs, and it just seemed to be too small for the area. So I decided that I wanted to set it up on something, give it some height, and also make it decorative. So I did have that little basket that used to be on the bottom of that shelf over there. And as you saw in the video there, it kind of took me a minute to figure out how exactly I wanted to put it, but I actually really liked the way that it turned out. I really like having the little pumpkin and some greenery in the bottom, and it just helps give that little pumpkin some height. Moving on to the TV stand, I didn't change a whole lot. Really, I just changed out the little metallic piece on the bottom here, and then I removed the books and the plant from over here on that top shelf. And then I put my sweater pumpkin and just a couple little gourds next to that. So in general, when styling shelves, I like to keep things odd numbered, but I also don't like to have the same number of things on each shelf. So as you can see, my top shelf there, I do have 3 things. I like to do things in odds in general. It just makes it more aesthetically pleasing. And then just having 1 thing in the center there, and then the 2 on the bottom. I know I'm breaking my odd rule there, but it also gets a little matchy-matchy when you do, you know, odd. So yeah, I like the way that this turned out. Moving on to the ladder shelf. Like I said, this is my first year with this shelf, so I was very, very excited to get to style this for fall time. So I do have my pumpkins basket on the bottom there to replace the actual basket that I had with my throw in there. It goes perfect in that little spot, and it just worked out perfectly. The next one here, I do have that metallic pumpkin over there, or sorry, candle over there is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin from Bath & Body Works. I'm sure if you've seen through this entire video, Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin is my favorite scent from Bath & Body Works, so I have a lot of it. And then my little turkey next to that, and then my fabric pumpkin next to that. Again, 3, 1, keeping it with my odds. Going up to the next one, I do have that crackly metallic pumpkin, and I liked throwing in that little natural wood next to that. It just really tied it in well. It didn't make it too, you know, glitz and glam. It did kind of tone it down a bit and made it a little more natural looking. And then I made that vase years ago. It's literally just a mason jar that I painted, put some twine around the top, and then the flowers are from Dollar Tree. So the way that I had this shelf styled before, I actually loved the way the heights and everything worked with one another. I like to kind of play on heights. I don't like to put 2 things next to each other that are the same height or anything like that. I like to play with textures. I just think, you know, it looks better that way. So as you can see from like this shelf down, I was kind of sticking with metallics a little bit. So I have the crackly metallic, and then the turkey, the candle, and my pumpkin bin. But then also throwing in some more warm natural elements around that. So the fabric pumpkin it works well with the metallics. It just, again, tones it down, and the throw there, those things kind of work well together. And then the sign next to the books, it just really warms up the area and keeps it from being, again, too glitz and glam. So once again, I didn't change too much with this area here. I did keep the flower vase here and the cotton blossom. That in itself is pretty fall season anyway. I did just kind of have that here year round. But yeah, I didn't need any reason to change it. I didn't want to put like an orange vase or anything over there. I do like to lean more towards like natural elements rather than keeping it super orange and red and yellow and things like that. I do like to keep it rather muted. The only thing that I did was put my, again, Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin candle over here, and I do have a little candle holder from Bath & Body Works that I put that in. And then I hung up my Autumn Acres Pumpkin Patch sign that I really, really like. If you watched my fall haul, then you did see that I had gotten that recently. I don't have any specific throws or throw pillows for the season. However, I do have really nice, warm-looking, sweatery throws that I have on here pretty much year round, so I didn't feel the need to have to get anything. And then, you know, the sweater pillow just really brings out that warm coziness that I'm looking for anyway. And again, I like to kind of keep things neutral. I didn't want to throw in like, you know, a hot orange or a yellow blanket or anything like that in the space for now. And for the coffee table, so last year I did something similar. I actually didn't have this tray here last year, so I had these two pumpkins here, so I liked adding in just the plain white pumpkin. The other one, I have another one right there. So yeah, I have my 3 pumpkins. I do love terracotta vases. I know this is a little bit more springy with the grass, but the terracotta just kind of brings in that earthy, natural, but also an orange sort of fall look to the area here. And then I also have my chestnut praline latte candle. If you saw my fall haul, that was in as well. Yeah, so very cozy, very pretty. Over here, I do have a set of 3 metallic looking pumpkins. I don't know if you can tell really well on camera, but this one is gold, this one's like an orange, and this one's a bronze. So kind of goes really well together, not all being super matchy-matchy. I am kind of growing out of the whole metallic phase. Yeah, pretty much all my Christmas decorations and things like that right now are all metallics, and I'm kind of growing away from that, but I can't necessarily replace every single piece of decor that I have because I'm outgrowing it, so why not use it? So I did place those there. I didn't change anything up over here. As you could kind of see in my video, I was kind of playing around with some options, and I just ended up keeping the lantern and everything. I like my candles and everything, my battery operated candles, which are nice. And then above that, I did place that Gather wreath sign that I got from Hobby Lobby. So for the coffee bar, I did not necessarily change anything in the tray. I just replaced my mug that just had coffee on it. And now it says fall on one side and y'all on the other, of course displaying the fall side. Eventually I want to get rid of this tray. I really want just like a wood, just plain wood toned, like something that's going to go well with these. So I've been looking everywhere, and I've not fallen in love with anything else. So for now, that's staying there. That's temporary. But I hope that before Christmas time, I'll have a different tray there. And this little pumpkin, I don't even know where I got this. I've had this for years. Honestly, probably Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, one of those two. And so down here, I've had these little hay bales for a while. I think it is so cute to style it like this every season. I also have like a little owl that has string legs that hang over the side. I usually put him on that top one there, but I've changed up the shelving in this area and could not obviously put him up there this year. So, and then I have all of my all my fall mugs. So my pumpkin spice and everything nice, hocus pocus, I need coffee to focus, basic witch. It's pumpkin spice season. So excited. I love my fall mugs. And then over here, kind of going away from my odd numbered rule, but I can't really fit a whole lot over here. I do think that this glass pumpkin with the silver top just goes really well with, you know, the glass milk jug over here. And I didn't change out the leaves or anything in this for now. I like the way that this looks, and it's kind of more of a, you know, dusty velvety green anyway, so I think it's really nice. This guy is a new purchase, not necessarily fall per se, but when I found it, I knew that this would be perfect for my table in here, and this is probably going to stay here all the time. I did have a vase there full with like lavender and like leafy flower type things, but I think that this is going to take that place even when we come around to decorating for spring again.